Hello, everyone. I'm Nolan Myers, CEO of Double GDP, and we're building an end-to-end platform for cities to connect with residents, accelerate growth, and deliver responsive public services. I'm here today to bring you a sprint update for September 16th, and as always, I'll go through what we aim to accomplish, what we did, and what we hope to do in our next sprint. So this sprint, our overall goal was to get to 994 weekly active users. And within that, we had three priority areas: to launch our Zone Hub product, reduce some of the duplicate records in the database, bring our latest news to the homepage, improve our campaign management, and onboard a new UI designer. So how do we do against those goals? I'm thrilled to say that with the weekly active users, we have exceeded 1,000 weekly active users for the first time in company history, a very exciting milestone, and especially exciting given that a couple of weeks ago, we really had a challenging week, you can see with the dip here. What brought this about was really being able to create some engaging content and get users excited. We had a survey where we actually learned got a lot of great input from the users about features and ideas that would excite them, and shared some content around the faces behind the city that we're working with, some of the administrative team, and some of the clients and soon-to-be residents. And so it was just exciting to see just the great work that the team put in here. Thank you to the team that pulled together this and is working so hard on the content marketing efforts, and good to see the results come through as well. On Zone Hub, the news is not quite as good. In fact, not good at all. We did make some progress and make a lot of investment in being able to run multiple communities side by side. And so good work on the back end to be able to get this. But the partner that we're working with asked us to reprioritize some of the features and some of the value propositions that we want to hit in our initial launch. So we decided not to roll out this week, and we're going to regroup next week and figure out, or next sprint, and figure out what would be some of the high priority value propositions to hit, and see if we can get a new launch plan in place. The exciting news that we did get done this sprint is launch the latest content now appearing on the homepage. So you can see here we have a new tab on the homepage that brings forth the three most recent articles. In fact, the five, if you scroll, the five most recent content articles that have been published through the application. And this is really exciting to me because it's the first time that our home screen actually becomes a dynamic landing page, and I think something that we need to that we're going to explore further. So far, the homepage has been really sort of a directory of the different functions that Double GDP has to offer. Now we are, for the first time, having the opportunity to promote certain pieces of content and promote certain things there on the front page that can appeal to users. We also made some progress around campaign management, being able to make it a little bit easier on an administrator trying to set up a campaign, most notably being able to save a draft view and be able to delete campaigns that didn't actually go out, and reduce some clutter. And we also got a lot of bug fixes done in this sprint that was not necessarily in the plan, but as we looked at the application, there were sort of lots of little snags that users were running into, and we decided to take this opportunity to go ahead and close a bunch of those out. So thank you to the team that worked on that. One of the big efforts that we made in this sprint is also on our own internal workflow and how we organize our own work. And this is where we rolled out a handbook first process, where we are treating our own handbook, the document that governs our own internal processes, much like a product that we're improving and growing over time. And so this is something we've made a major investment in the last sprint, and just working to allow us all to be able to contribute asynchronously in an all remote team. A very innovative strategy pioneered by GitLab that we're excited to sort of follow in the footsteps as. So what you can see here is that we have the handbook and some processes on how to use the handbook, and a history of all of the changes that have taken place to the handbook in terms of the commits and various merge requests that we're working on in terms of process improvements. And last but certainly not least, we want to welcome a new UI designer to the team. All of the work that we've done to date with the application has been things that we've been sort of pulling together ideas through Material UI and with some early guidance from a great UI designer, but it is wonderful to welcome a UI designer to the team who will really bring us to the next level, and he'll be working full-time on making the application better for our users. So thank you and welcome, Bemi. In the next sprint, our goal is to grow weekly active users to 1,200, a big milestone for the team. And 3 areas in the product that we want to invest in: customer relationship management and sales enablement, really thinking about taking all this great interest that we're seeing from users and learning how to convert that into plot sales and people moving in moving into the city, just really figuring out how to drive engagement through the marketing efforts. We'll also invest in some more community engagement and helping to bring people into the app through notifications and things like that, and some task management to make it easier for the admins who are using the system to organize their daily workflows. We'll be pushing more on the handbook first process that we rolled out this sprint, and we'll regroup on ZoneHub and reprioritize some of the features that we're dealing with there. That's it for this sprint. Thank you very much for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks. Bye-bye.